So, can I get a raise of hands who knows more languages, more than 2 languages? Raise of hands, more than 2 languages? Okay, can I get a hands of people who know to play an instrument? Any instrument? Wow. You guys are a magnificent bunch of people. Good afternoon, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. We always live in 4 walls, our own home. And bear with me for this speech. I'm going to talk about these 4 walls as our safe space. So in these 4 walls, we always think that we are safe and that we should just continue doing the same thing over and over again. So let's say these 4 walls are our life, okay? So we go into the house every day, we do the same thing, make breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat, sleep, same thing. But have you ever wondered, is that safety net enough in life? Do you think that we should get more out of life? See, when I came to IIT, I felt that I felt big because I came from a different background and that I knew certain things. But then when I got to know people, I realized that they had talents that they never told anyone else. And that they had done certain things that made them better than even me. And I didn't realize that I should have also done something like that. A person who doesn't know more than 2 languages, a person who doesn't do any sports, a person who doesn't play any instruments. It's an issue. So let's start from the beginning. Why would I get into IT? Well, I always had an affection towards computers for some reason. At the age of 4, I almost dismantled my dad's office computer where the power unit was about to fall down and destroy the whole thing. And then at the age of 5, I started taking my dad's laptop into the toilet and started playing with it. Apparently from my mother, she said. And then after that, throughout the years, I used to start playing with my computers more and more. And then I got really attached to it because I would always just wake up in the morning and go on the computer and learn different stuff, how to use every application, click on things, and just play around. And then after that, when I got my first iPod, I started downloading a lot of music. And then my dad, with the huge music collection, I got into all that type of music. So I knew from the 80s, 90s, and today, That was like a tagline of one of the radio stations, 80s, 90s, today. And I felt wow, I know all this history. Anyways, going back. So I was so much into computers. And then every family has that tech guy, the person who you call, like Toastmaster Lakindu's family, when you have any issues, and then you just go turn it on and off and it works perfectly and you're like, yes, I did it, They ask how, I say, it's me, But this is the thing, I thought that I was really good in computers. But then some of my closest friends who I know now, they're really good at more things other than computers. They play instruments, they do, sports, they're physically fit, And those are the things that people are lacking. So what I want to ask you is, what is lacking in you? I know all of you today can't be so happy with yourself. I mean, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but there's always something that you would want to do, right? Maybe you wanted to do a sport like basketball, maybe you wanted to do netball, maybe you wanted to learn how to play the violin. I wanted to play the guitar for the longest time, but I never got the opportunity, or I never had the motivation to take that risk. See, I feel nowadays we are comfortable in our 4 walls and we don't take that risk anymore. So what I want all of you to do today is look at your 4 walls. Think of everything you do and try and change one thing. Start something new. Start something that you don't have no idea about. Something like programming, which is the worst thing to start because it's not the most blatant, easiest thing to learn, but something like that. I was forced to learn it, but then I realized it was not so bad in certain aspects. You just need to have patience. See, when I started doing programming in A levels, it was the worst experience ever. To the point that I said I don't want anything to do with computers anymore because I was so afraid of it. But now when I look back at it, it's not too bad. You just have to have patience and time. So now let's look at these 4 walls again. You are who you are. You wear the same clothes, you do the same thing. In my 4 walls, I had computers, I had music. I listened to a lot of music. From, like I said, the 80s, 90s, deep house, R&B, pop, soul, jazz, to the point that I one day would like to learn how to play the saxophone. That's how much I love jazz for some reason. House music, I used to do DJing at one point. We all went through that phase, whether it was just with your aux cable in the car or something like that. And then TV shows. I watch a lot of TV shows. Around like 70 TV shows. Not at one point, obviously, but throughout the year, when you have a season, I would have watched 70 different TV shows. To the point that I have a list in my Chrome bookmarks, which has the summer TV shows, the fall TV shows, and the winter TV shows. So right now we're in the fall season. But what I was thinking was, why not stop and try and do something different? Change these 4 walls. Change it in a way that will be beneficial to you. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop one of my things. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm going to go in a totally different direction. And that's my plan for the next. Thank you.